What's up, guys? It's Josh here, back with another Kansas City Chiefs related video, and with news pretty slow right now and not too much to talk about. I know this is a little bit of old news, but JuJu Smith-Schuster obviously signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers again on a one-year deal after it was reported that JuJu also had offers from the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs, and it was also reported that the Kansas City Chiefs were very close to signing JuJu Smith-Schuster and even offered him the most money of the three teams that were in contention for him. And, all of that is kind of old news by now, but there was an article that came out today where JuJu apparently was on a podcast, and I'll read that off in a second so you guys can hear it, because I think it's a really interesting story, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. But, apparently JuJu Smith-Schuster was really close to Kansas City and even said that if it wasn't Pittsburgh, then it would have been Kansas City, and I'll read that to you for a second right here, right now. So this article comes from Nick Shook of Around the NFL, and you can read it on NFL.com. I can link it in the description if you guys want to check it out. But I have the NFL app, and I have Chiefs notifications on, so I'll get stuff like this every once in a while. But here's how it goes. JuJu Smith-Schuster's decision to return to Pittsburgh was a stunner to most everyone in the football world. Perhaps even more surprising, Smith-Schuster was nearly a Kansas City Chief. The Steelers receiver admitted as much during an appearance on the Michael Irvin podcast, telling the Hall of Famer it would have been KC if not Pittsburgh. That meant Smith-Schuster was considering spurning his division rival, Baltimore, which was also in pursuit of his services. He couldn't stomach becoming a Raven, especially because he wasn't entirely confident in his proposed role within Baltimore's run-first offense. Playing for a rival, too, and I'm curious to see how they're going to be this year, having Sammy Watkins and how they're going to use him and throwing the ball and stuff like that, Smith-Schuster said to the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's a really heavy run offense with the backs that he has. I just point being facts. His number one target was Mark Andrews, who's a tight end. I think just seeing KC and Andy Reid was just calling me, and he was sending me Lombardi Trophy pictures like constantly. We had a good talk. So it would have been KC after the Steelers. And then he proceeds to say, texted it to me while I was trying to make a decision, and I have so much respect for him and his team. So it appears that Andy Reid's recruiting pitch to JuJu Smith-Schuster was sending him a picture of the Lombardi Trophy. And man, I did not know Andy Reid was this much of a savage. Andy Reid's a pretty modest guy in interviews and stuff like that. He's not going to gloat too much about his team. He's not going to call out the other team if something bad happens during a game. Nothing like that. He's just a very even keel guy. And the fact that he was trying to recruit JuJu Smith-Schuster and just sent him a picture of the Lombardi Trophy. Man, that's just fantastic. And, it sucks that we didn't land JuJu, but I really thought that was interesting how he was so close to coming to KC. And, I can respect him, going back to familiarity and going back to Pittsburgh, but, man, it seemed kind of looking at the way he talked about Baltimore and how it was a run-heavy offense and he wasn't sure if he would fit there and stuff like that. I question if maybe he, kind of looked at Kansas City in a similar way to where, they have Tyreek and Travis, and it's like, am I going to get the ball that much and stuff like that? But honestly, and I've said this before, but I think free agent receivers, the ones that Kansas City went after, kind of have this misconception of, the kind of opportunity that they would have with Kansas City. So Sammy Watkins and Demarcus Robinson alone last year had over 100 combined targets. Obviously, Demarcus Robinson came back, but Sammy still had 50-plus targets, something like that. That's a fair amount. So that's still a lot of touches to go around for a free agent receiver. And not only that, but since the Chiefs have Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, that allows whoever it would be to line up in that Sammy Watkins role to see single coverage all day long. And JuJu Smith-Schuster, he's also a guy that has been infinitely more productive as a number 2 wide receiver. he had what, 8 100-yard games with Antonio Brown, and since Antonio Brown has left the Steelers, JuJu has only had 2 100-yard games. So I think he would have been a better fit with Kansas City's offense. I think he would have been more productive in Kansas City's offense. I think Kansas City really needed a JuJu Smith-Schuster like receiver. He would have been perfect in this offense. It's really unfortunate that we couldn't get him, but I've moved on. I got some receiver draft prospects that I like, but man, I really just wanted to make a video on that because I read that today. I thought it was really interesting the way JuJu Smith-Schuster actually, almost signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. And man, Andy Reid, you got to step up your game. I'm just kidding. There's not much more you can do than sending a Lombardi Trophy to someone and saying like, take it or leave it, because man, that's pretty badass by Andy Reid. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video on that today since it's slow news and everything. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And hey, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure other Chiefs fans find this. And help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And like I said, still got a little bit of time left in this week. If I can get to 700 subscribers by the end of this week, I will do a live mock draft where you guys can jump in and help me out with the picks. But yeah, that's all I got for today. So make sure you check me out on arrowheadaddict.com and showmefootball.com for more of my content. But that's all I got for today, guys. Peace.